Vienna in the 1800s was one of Europe's great imperial capitals. In this video, I use modern AI tools to bring historic paintings, engravings, and prints to life. These images were once frozen moments. Now, they feel alive again. This view shows the old center of Vienna in the early 1800s. In the foreground are narrow streets lined with tall houses.
The bells ring across the rooftops.
Freshly baked bread, straight from the oven. Mind the street, coming through. Get your Vienna Messenger. New edition. Read the latest reports on the city.
By the 1850s, these formidable walls, once Vienna's strength, had become common obstacles to the rapid.
Where old defenses once stood, wide avenues now appear. Construction workers, stonemasons, and engineers fill the scene. By the late 19th century, the Ringstrasse had become one of Europe's greatest urban projects.
Magnificent structures appeared here, including the Vienna State Opera, the Parliament Building, and the City Hall.
The project also created jobs and reshaped the identity of the capital.
But such beauty came at a cost.
Entire neighborhoods were demolished, and many poorer residents were pushed farther from the center. The Ringstrasse announced to the world that Vienna remained an imperial capital of enormous ambition. This view shows one of Vienna's cultural treasures. Inside, chandeliers shine above richly decorated halls.
Music fills the air.
Vienna in the 19th century was the city of great composers. The Opera House opened in 1869 with a performance of Mozart's work.
Not everyone admired the building at first.
Yet over time, it became one of the world's most respected opera houses. This view shows Vienna's famous market.
Fresh carrots, finest quality right here. Get your vegetables. Finest smoked sausage. The best bread in Vienna.
Children weave through the crowds.
Markets like this were essential to urban life. By the late 19th century, Vienna's population had surpassed 1 million people. The Naschmarkt became a symbol of the city's energy and diversity.
This view shows the mighty Danube River.
In the foreground are boats and barges carrying timber, grain, and coal.
The Danube was both a gift and a threat. Flooding regularly damaged nearby communities. The regulation of the Danube began in the 1870s.
The river mattered because it connected Vienna to much of Europe. This view shows one of Vienna's favorite places for recreation.
Wide paths run beneath rows of trees.
Military parades, celebrations, and simple afternoon strolls all took place here.
The famous giant Ferris wheel, the Riesenrad, would open in 1897 and soon become one of Vienna's great symbols.
The Prater offered something precious in an increasingly crowded city: space and fresh air.
This view shows a very different side of Vienna.
Crowds gather in the streets. Barricades appear. Soldiers move cautiously through the city.
The year is 1848. 48.
Across Europe, revolutions break out. Vienna is no exception.
Studenten, Arbeiter und Reformer fordern politischen Wandel und größere Freiheiten.
Gunfire echoes through the streets. Smoke rises into the sky.
Although the revolution was eventually suppressed, it marked a turning point in Austrian history.
This final view shows Vienna near the end of the 19th century. The skyline is filled with church towers, domes, and elegant new buildings.
Gas lamps glow as evening approaches.
Carriages continue to move through the streets.
Somewhere in the distance, music can be heard.
This was a city standing between two worlds.
It still carried the traditions of emperors and old dynasties.
Yet it was becoming a modern metropolis of industry, culture, and new ideas. Looking at these reconstructed scenes, the past suddenly feels much closer.
The people in these paintings no longer seem distant. It is never entirely gone.
We can imagine their footsteps, hear their voices, and walk through the same streets they once knew.
And perhaps that is the most remarkable thing about history. It is never entirely gone.
If there's another city, moment, or scene you'd like to see brought back to life, let me know in the comments. Again, thank you so much. Closing cinematic skyline. Imperial Vienna, late 19th century.
Last glimpse of the city. The city fades into memory. Fade to black.
Historic map of Imperial Vienna.
Morning over the cathedral.
A quiet Viennese alley.
Imperial carriage crossing the city. the texture of old Vienna. Old engraving transforms into reality.
Vienna by candlelight.
The Danube at dusk. Faces of Imperial Vienna. The final memory of the Imperial city. The cathedral bells echo across the sleeping city.
Merchants prepare for another day in the imperial capital.
Smoke rises gently from countless chimneys.
A page from history comes alive once more.
The city's great monuments stand in the fading light. The old and the new exist together.
Evening settles over the Danube.
The streets slowly grow quiet. The memory of Imperial Vienna remains. The imperial city disappears into history.
A final look across the rooftops of Vienna. The first market carts begin to roll.
The city awakens beneath its church towers.
An old engraving becomes a living street. The details of the old city remain.
The Danube reflects the morning sky. The memory of empire lingers in every stone.
The city and its people become real once more.
The story of Vienna fades into the past.
One last sunrise over the imperial capital.
The bells begin another day.
A baker opens his shop.
The first carriage crosses the square.
The city slowly fills with life.